Hello, this is Alicia Burke, and the career profile I found for this assignment is a development director. The company and the organization that I investigated is called the Asian Association of Utah Refugees and Immigrants Center, and I was able to interview a former development director. So she gave me a lot of information about this career. The Asian Association of Utah Refugee and Immigrant Center is located in downtown Salt Lake. It's a small to medium size organization that employs about 60 people. It provides help and resources to immigrants, asylees, refugees, parolees, and victims of trafficking, and they serve people in the Salt Lake area. The hours of work are usually from 8 to 5, so it's a normal Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 full-time job. Emily, the former employee I interviewed, was the development director, and she put in about 45 to 50 hours a week. In her opinion, this was a very flexible job with a high degree of personal independence. She had a small child at the time, and she found this organization very family-friendly. The typical stressors of this job are associated with working with an NGO, a non-government organization. Her job was as a development director, was to write grants and do fundraising. The stress of the job was determined by whether she was able to obtain funding or not, because many of her colleagues' employment hinged on having enough money to pay for their salaries, and also what kind of programs they were able to offer their clients. So networking and securing support from donors was paramount, and it did create a lot of stress for her. She also mentioned that there were structural stressors kind of inherent in an NGO, because lack of funds or this drive to always secure donations is ever present. Also there was, because of the size of this organization, there was no HR department, so she felt that there was no place to bring personnel or work-related concerns if and when they came up. The benefits, the typical benefits are the type of benefit that is associated with a full-time job. So they provided health insurance and retirement benefits. And her task was mostly writing grants, fundraising, and marketing. Their educational requirements were the minimum was a bachelor's degree, and no further certifications were required. This is a very straightforward business, a development job. And she did have a bachelor's degree in history from BYU. She has other degrees, postgraduate degrees, but they weren't needed for her to work in this position. The starting salary goes from about $45,000 a year, and an experienced employee can get up to $70,000 a year. The development director position can be flexible, but prior experience in networking and fundraising is a huge plus. So this will determine whether somebody is experienced or not. Emily felt that she needed to prove herself first before she could have more autonomy and flexibility in her responsibilities. Another thing I found interesting is while I was researching the website, I noticed that other positions within this organization that could work for someone like me with a professional studies degree. Some of the services they have are community wellness, youth and family services, social services, interpreting and translation, and ESL and life skills. My personal certificates will be in marriage, family, and human relations, and advanced marriage and family functioning. And I feel that this degree will enable me, that these certificates will enable me to helping those people in need that need housing assistance, or connect clients with community resources, or help place children and youth in after-school programs. I also have a TESOL certificate, that would enable me to teach conversational English to those struggling with the language and use my native Spanish for translation and interpreting purposes. I guess I was drawn to this career because of that, because I too I'm an immigrant, and I think I have a good understanding of what it is like to be in a new place. So whenever there's opportunities to, help people make the transition for whatever reason, and if they're being here because they're seeking asylum or they're refugees, they come with a lot of hardship. So I think it's great to have an organization that is help people kind of navigate those initial moments in a new country. So I think that's the personal reason why I think it would be interesting in something like this. Thanks.